Right now?
I'll get it going.
Right now.
Right now.
There's not very many people here, so the questions will go through quick.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, we're started. Dun, dun.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have a music intro anymore. What's up with that? Or we used to have that goofy one with the...
Our music was really, really bad. I'm glad that
it was like a freaking circus.
Yeah.
No, we need something, though, you know?
All right, so what we're going to do is let's have a little contest for our listeners, and they can send us some suggestions for intro music.
Ah, nice.
I think Ghetto Chip Malfunction is a good one, but that's my vote.
How about the Facts of Life theme?
You take the good, you take the bad. Actually, that's pretty...
You take the bad, you take them both, and
It's so cheesy, I love it.
Hangout.
The arcade hangout, yeah.
Okay, trivia question. Who wrote that song?
Us, it's like you take the bad, you get the worst. The arcade hangout. Right?
You take the bad, you drink some more, you get them drunk, and there you go.
Well, you can answer that question. Who wrote that song?
On the floor.
You guys know that?
So
Who wrote
wait,
that
hold
song?
on. So what episode is this? 123, 122?
Oh,
122.
2, yeah.
It's like,
Nobody's
right?
clamoring to answer it. Sorry.
I know. Alan Thicke. There you go. Boom.
Alan Thicke wrote that?
Yeah, and he also wrote the
Mr. Growing Pains?
what was the one to the little black kid?
Webster?
No, the other black kid, midget.
Oh, Different Strokes?
Or little person, I mean. Yeah, Different Strokes. Yeah, he wrote that one too.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one.
Yeah.
It's the soundtrack of our youth.
Yep. Yep. Oh, so anyway, welcome to Arcade Hangout. Episode, what is it again, Gak?
122.
122. We're the longest running arcade podcast.
Live on YouTube.
Live on YouTube.
Yep.
Coming at you from Elon Musk's spaceship running around the galaxies.
That's
and
right.
beyond, and featuring more females than the other guy. And we're a group of friends that like to get together and talk about beers, classic arcade machines,
And pornographic touch games.
and VR porn and everything else.
Touch screen games, should I say.
Yeah, touch screen games and whatnot. We usually like to ask a question that goes around the room, usually arcade related, and this one's a little deviant from a usual question. This week's question is, what I guess you want to call it vending machine or game machine? Not a game
coin
machine,
op.
but
That's not a
coin
pinball
operated. Yeah, what coin operated machine, I guess you could say, right? Would you like to have in your arcade room?
That's
Besides,
not a pinball or arcade.
That's not a pinball or an arcade machine. So, like, would that be like a claw machine or maybe?
I don't know. Stop answering questions.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm just throwing out because I'm not sure. What that entails. Okay.
Something
Arcade, that could be arcade, is what I mean. So.
Something that maybe doesn't have a screen
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Like a washing machine?
or a pinball machine. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
There were lots of arcades in pinball in laundromats. That could be a totally appropriate thing, just for the smell, the ambiance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The luscious smell of Tide.
Well, if it's got to be
So,
clean.
Since I hosted, I will pass it to somebody. I'll pass it to Gak. Also, I'm drinking Gak's beers tonight. He left this
Yojo. That's
Yojo
excellent stuff.
And this is Moonraker Yojo.
Better pour that into a pint glass. So
I got one right here, ready to go.
Oh, the nat glass. Nice. Perfect.
So thank you, Gak. I also have that shark. I watched your shark video, by the way. Today.
Oh, today, yeah.
Yeah. And I have one of your shark beers here. I'm going to drink that.
That took
next.
me all of about 45 minutes to edit it. That was a quick one.
No, it was good. I liked it. And you got James on there, so that was cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I'm the one that filmed it.
Yeah, you probably did, right?
Yep.
Okay, so coin op. I can't remember what it's called. Is it shuffleboard? The one that it's like a slick surface and there's like a sand.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Slide the things across.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like 18 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be. I'm assuming I have unlimited space in my game room for this.
Is that like
yeah.
the sand? Is that sand one with the disc?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Those
for
are-
sure.
That's good. That's good
forgot
drinking
about that.
game, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah, we
yeah.
used to play that a lot at Old Chicago when I was in my early 20s. That was fun.
You're talking the shuffleboard, not the bowling.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, I should see if I can find a picture of that. That's a good one. Good answer. Good answer.
All right. Good answer. Good answer.
Oh.
Well, with that,
Sorry,
I'm going to
Sam.
pass it to 34K.
Oh. You know, so the one I was thinking about, there was at the corner drugstore where I was born outside of Chicago in Rockford. They had a super old scale, and I'm sure you guys have seen, like, for like doing the searches on Craigslist and stuff like that, like the scales that you get on. It's like you put in a quarter, not a quarter, it's like a nickel or a penny, and it's like it would give you your weight. But this one had like a little fortune teller thing.
Yeah.
Oh, like zombie or
Yeah,
Those
like
things are fucking
Zoltar.
Zoltar. That's
Yeah.
what
Which
It's
actually-
like a fucking mannequin that's in there. It's like
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah, it's a creepy little guy.
which would have been cool. And like actually,
Awesome.
that was a thought too from Big, which is what we're referring to.
Yeah.
If you don't
Yeah.
know, but like yeah, I mean that would be cool. But like from a nostalgia kind of thing, it's like it's this upright scale. It probably stood 4.5, 5 feet tall. Had a great big dial, with your your weight on it. But yeah, like you do that, and then as soon as it leveled out, it would output a little fortune thing. I think actually it was horoscopes. So it's like you're supposed to pull it out and then.
They have those on American Pickers all the time.
Yeah.
They are cool. They're neat. That's a nice
go, Kenny.
That's a lot of
background.
fun.
Yeah, there you go.
I
There's the
played one
shuffle.
over the airport. Yeah.
All right.
And the furthest person has to do a shot. That kind of thing. That's a lot of fun.
Right.
But yeah, so the little coin op scale, I just think that from a pure nostalgia, that's what I would go with.
Yeah, Pee-wee's got one.
He does have one. You're right.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
98 pounds.
Yeah.
Don't leave the house today.
Don't leave the house today. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it said. Right? You can put your own fortunes in that and make them
No,
really
and that's-
fucked up.
And that would be inevitably what would happen. Right? Like,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna have vintage fortune, so I'm gonna have to write my own, and that would be
it's some
fun.
really crazy shit.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. What a good answer, man! I don't have a good answer like that.
Well, why don't you go then, Steve?
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Real quick, I'm drinking a very special
yeah.
beer.
It's all right. It's all right, Mock. You'll probably get some ideas after everyone
After
else
everybody
goes.
goes,
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
So this
Everybody has to announce what they're drinking after
Ooh.
they go.
This
Okay.
is brewery. Just so happens it's Tuesday. It's the 2017. I've got a 2016 in here as well, but I'm not gonna crack that for you guys. Not unless you're here drinking it with me. But
You
it's
got drinking on Tuesday.
yeah, that's right. Just so happens it's Tuesday. That's the point. It's an imperial stout, bourbon aged, 14.6%.
Oof.
But this is Orange County, so this is you guys' Southern California guys' neighborhood. This is brewery does some really amazing beers. This thing is one of my favorites.
Is that dark?
It's a stout, yeah. It's an imperial bourbon barrel.
Andrew and his dark beers.
Fucking delicious. There you go. It's a little-
Oh
By the
wow!
way, did you
That
see
coffee.
you guys see the invite I sent you on YouTube on Facebook?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I liked it.
And by the way, that was to get free tickets.
I know. For you, I know.
I don't know if I'll get them, but I've tried.
like
and
that
I
shit.
sent one to Adam also, Adam G here local to me. And he's like, "Oh, that'd be awesome if those guys showed up." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I don't think they'll be showing up."
It's
It's
2
like-
tickets for
And then
4
he said
likes
something, yeah,
or something like that.
yeah. And then he said something like, "I don't think I could hang with Andrew though. He likes all that dark shit, you know."
I like them dark,
Yeah. Yeah.
dark and thick.
So this be let me present this one. Let's see here. Is this what you're thinking here, Andrew?
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
similar. That looks a little bit more like a grandfather clock, but
It does actually.
no, the
People
one
were
with the
short
A
back
big
then.
mirror.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like,
it's more like the gold one in the top row or the white one, the fourth one over.
oh, like this.
Something so
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember that.
that's
That's
pretty
cool.
close.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is
How
really
about
cool.
how about the?
Mr. Peanut. He can just tall enough that you can go ahead and
Too bad it's not a hot dog. Yeah.
rest your beer on his head. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of hate the new Google Images thing where you used to just be able to visit the image directly. Now you have to do this stupid shit where you copy the image address because if you click visit, it just brings you to the website.
Page.
Yeah, it doesn't take you to the raw location of that.
I use DuckDuckGo, which still does that.
DuckDuckGo.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is that a
Much better.
browser?
You have to like
search-
right
search-
click and open image. I think is what you have to
it's,
use.
well, yeah, but then sometimes you get the thumbnail, so that sucks.
Yeah.
Right.
So no,
Yeah.
DuckDuckGo is an alternative search engine. Doesn't store your shit, doesn't keep your info, doesn't track you, doesn't do all that shit.
Interesting.
And it's yeah.
We'll try that one.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Okay, I thought of a good one. Now that Andrew showed like vintage stuff, I thought of something that I actually really liked. I used to play with at, I think it was Disneyland. I first saw it at the Starcade. You guys remember that?
Yep.
They used to have Uncle Fester sitting in a chair, and you can sit in there and you hold the handles, and they electrocute you.
Yeah. They still have one of those things at Chuck E. Cheese. Now.
That thing was
Like, I
freaking
go with the
cool.
kids.
I think
They still have it.
that would be awesome to have an arcade, right?
Well, that just
I
be
totally agree.
like
That's
a
badass.
great piece. Anyways, even if you didn't use it, just turn it on. Like it's good.
It just looks
Yeah.
cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'd be
freaky.
Awesome
Uncle Fester.
parenting tool. Just threaten to put your kid in that.
Yeah.
You just the trick is you need to get to the point where you never actually use it, so the fear factor is still there.
Didn't it give
That'd
you
be
sort of a
great stuff.
function too? Like the longer you held it, was like you're more of a badass. Like didn't it
Oh.
light up?
Oh,
sort of thing?
nice.
That's pretty cool.
You should
Yeah.
put that if you had an Adams Family pin. That'd be
Yeah,
a
that'd
great pairing.
Oh,
next
right
to it.
next to it. Put next
Yeah.
to Joel's.
But that'd be great
We'll
for
just-
like Carrie's idea for as a parenting thing is like you show your kid, you're like, it electrocutes you, and you grab it, and they'll never
You think,
fucking touch it, but you threaten to do that.
You can,
Yeah.
you can like you can mod it, make it like 10,000 volts.
Yeah. Doing the cleanest freaking room in the whole neighborhood. Never gonna be late to school.
I can handle this. Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah.
It squirts a puddle of water at your feet.
Oh, nice.
Oh, not to
that's
simulate
cool.
urine, but to make it. Yeah, I got it.
See, Necros says that they had that in arcades on Main Street at Disneyland. So yeah, they had a penny arcade area that was actually a penny arcade. They used to have those little movies that you like
Yeah,
look through
for
and
example.
turn, and they got rid of all that shit. Now it's all just buy gift shop crap. Now. So
That's what
It's
happened with
come
the penny arcade we had at our state fair. It's all like contemporary stuff now, but it used to be a true penny arcade like that, where
Yeah,
you could
true.
watch the black and white movies.
Mhm.
I remember one specifically. It was some comedy act, and they were throwing like bags of flour at each other, hitting each other with bags of flour. These guys, it was hilarious. And I think one of them was kind of like a ooh la la like show, and but they had a bunch
they
of
would.
those, and-
The girls would be in their underwear like knickers,
Yep.
running around.
Yeah,
Maybe that was considered really risque.
that was super risky. Yeah.
Did they get boners looking at that?
Well, they didn't have black lights on the front, thank God.
Yeah.
They knew well even back then.
Look at she's almost showing her ankle. Oh,
They think they're seeing
Through
camel
belly button.
toe, but it's just like a wrinkle in the image or something.
I'll go with
But
it.
there was that, and then there was they had like the pitch and bat stuff, and a lot of EM stuff. I missed that. That was really it was quite a spectacle to go into that.
Gleek
area.
just posted his latest picture. It says Eva apples. It looks like a nude, almost nude one. That one doesn't have a stand though. Usually they have like a little stand they sit on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
check that out.
A little mini viewer. There's no way you can share it with like a friend
No,
Right.
for a penny.
yeah,
Is that like a religious thing? Is it
But
like,
that's like a countertop thing. I remember these were like
it does look
full-
religious.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like the
like
whole,
Eve.
It's like Eve. Yeah,
Yeah.
Genesis thing going on there. Yeah, totally. I remember the stand-up ones too, like you're talking about.
Yep. Yeah, that's so anyway, that's my answer.
Nice.
Okay. Let's have to pass it again. I'll pass it over to Dave.
You know what I'd want, which I actually had. I would like I had a vintage Pepsi and Dr. Pepper machine. I'm talking with the bottles where you open the door and pull the bottle out. And I bought two of those. The compressors both worked. The Pepsi was only $75, but they needed to be restored. And it's funny because cousin Brian, I had those in the basement first. We picked them up, moved them down here. Then we moved them out. No, it's the guy who bought them. I moved them out, but Brian helped me move down. Then we moved all these video games down here. And he's like, well, why don't you just start collecting cars? Let's put cars in your basement and then move them back out, because we kept all this heavy crap. But I would really like a restored, because I'm a big Coke guy. Coke over Pepsi. I'd like a Coke machine, but they're small. The older ones are the footprint's not big at all. But that's what I want. Like,
are you talking about like the glass Coke machine?
I'm talking the Coke with the door where you can pull it out. Yes, you can pull it. Because I drink Mexican Coke all the time. You can still you can put Mexican Coke. You can they make Goya soda, and you can put beer in one and whatever. Right. But I'd like a nice one.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool. I've seen them in people's arcades in the corner. I'm like, oh, that's what I want. Because I do remember. I'm probably the last generation to remember that anywhere. Yeah. I mean, unless Jim did you ever? You're younger than me. Did you ever pull a?
I bet he didn't.
No. Yeah. I mean, I'm probably the last one because I remember going to places. And, oh yeah.
You remember there used to be a rack next to it that you put your empty bottle in it so they could recycle.
I don't know if I remember it. I don't know if I remember it or saw it, but I remember
like a rack to hold the glass.
They had the molded bottle opener on the side. So yeah.
Yeah, no. As soon as you said that, it totally brought it back to me. So I was just. Oh, hi. Sorry, I'm getting delivery. So thank you. So, buddy of mine, like right down the street from that, the drugstore that I was talking about with the scale thing. My buddy's barber was there, and he had one of those Coke machines. I'm pretty sure it was a Coke machine. But yeah, it's like it had the refrigerator door that you'd open up, but all the bottles were like locked in.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly, 100%.
And they were like the 10-ounce bottles. They're like the little guys.
To be honest, I don't remember the size. Could be 10 or could be 12.
Yeah, so I just remember like getting those because like he made such a big deal because it was like his barber and he loved going there to get a Coke, and it's something his dad probably brought him to since he was a kid, so he was into it. But like he'd like make us go there even though you can get like more Coke for like a couple dollars more, or like I don't know, a couple 15-20 cents more at the liquor store next to the drugstore. But yeah, he always loved going there. So yeah, that machine with the rack that you're talking about for putting your empties in. So the idea was like you sit there at the barber shop, right? You buy a Coke and then you pull it out, and it's like this big like kind of ordeal. Like pull it out, awesome. It makes a big noise, and then you had to shut the door because the door just would stay open if you left it open.
I just remember it was cold as a kid. Like it's
cold, really cold, really cold.
Exciting, yeah. It's like this
Coke.
That's I love that idea of like that kind of machine because I thought about like a vending machine. I mean, I wouldn't give up the space for it, but like like a Coke machine, like an old machine like that would be awesome.
But it's small. It's small.
To fill it with beer.
The footprint's probably the same as a game.
Yeah,
not even smaller. It's not like those monstrosities that the modern ones.
Like a fridge.
Melon fours.
Yeah. And it was funny when I brought it. My father's like, "Oh, these are small." Yeah, because I'm like, these are from the '60s.
Yeah.
I mean, these are
have
like
the wood paneling on it.
Well, no, I'm talking even before that. Yeah, the wood panel. Mine had metal sides, the Pepsi and the Dr. Pepper I had. And they were both cold as hell. But, I mean, I never restored a soda machine. I had them down here for like 2 years, and I made $100 selling both of them to some guy. But I went and picked them up. Or no, actually, I didn't pick up the Pepsi.
You left them unplugged, I hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, they were in the whole time. It didn't work.
My God.
No. I'm just kidding.
They spent like $800 through.
No, they didn't work. I never used them. I didn't put any soda in them. They just were cool looking. Now I almost wish, like my one buddy's like, you should just keep it because it's cool looking. Who cares if it works? I'm like, it's just taking up space. But now I'm like, I wish I kept the Pepsi. But nah, they were both shit. I want a Coke. I'd rather have a beat up Coke that works than the two beat up ones that didn't work.
Yeah.
All right, who hasn't gone? Carrie? Is Carrie gone?
Good, Jack.
I'm not yet gone. My dog desperately wants to lick my dinner bowl. Oh, get off me.
That's what she said.
I know. I heard that a few times over the years.
Chris, get off me, Chris.
Get off. All I heard was the get off part.
Hold it right there.
Where I used to live, there's a town nearby called Forest Hill, which is kind of the hick version. And I tell the story because we have a new you know Forest Hill.
I know the area.
We have a relatively new member of CLOV who mentioned that he's from Forest Hill, and I meant to write in his welcome to CLOV post, but didn't. So we had kind of hick jokes for Forest Hill, and the joke was one of them was, what does the girl from Forest Hill say after she's lost her virginity? Daddy, get off of me! You're crushing my cigarettes.
I knew it was going there when you said that. I knew it was going.
That's what
Crushing my cigarettes.
Probably Forest Hill's being yuppified or techified or something like that, so it's probably not like that anymore. But oh well, memories of the toothless meth addicts of Forest Hill. I represented some of them, as well as actually had an arsonist that I represented. That was an interesting case. But
Oh man.
anyway, I digress. So although my answer I don't think is that interesting, because it's the game that I do have, although it's been kind of a pain in the ass, which is Whack-A-Mole.
Oh, that is a good answer.
Yeah, it's a fun, and it's one of those, now that I'm looking at space issues again, at least my space issues of where I'm going to put things. Once I get Whack-A-Mole dialed in, and I need to put a real game, a video game in its place, I'm going to move it off to the side. It's one of those games where it's like, I don't play it, but every once in a while where it's like, oh, this will be fun, but it is what everybody wants to play. So it is absolutely the party game. It's it's cool looking. The track mode is fucking obnoxious. That music, but at Halloween, or when people come over, if anybody has little kids, oh my God, that is absolutely, and it's just kind of fun to have. I have great memories of playing Whack-A-Mole, and it is kind of fun every once in a while to be like.
Oh, I remember it vividly when it first came out at Showbiz when I was a kid. My dad laughing, thinking, that big black hammer that's, it was just, and it was compressed air, right? Because you said that, Gary. The old ones were compressed air, now they're electronic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they would come up, bam, bam.
Yeah. Can you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was kind of bummed that the one I have, which is more modern, although it's still not like super modern or anything, but is it doesn't have the old compressed air with the
yeah.
So Carrie, you own one,
Mm-hmm.
so I can ask this question. Okay, as a kid, I was thinking, like, if there's a way to scam the Whack-A-Mole machine, if you could take like a suitcase or something and put it over all the holes, and as they pop up, would that count as a hit? And could you get like a whole bunch of tickets?
Or like a big weighted board.
Or does he have to hit it?
Dude, he said suitcase. He actually had a plan as a kid.
Yeah, no, I really thought this out when I was little.
This is a plan. This is
He's
not
gonna hit the road as
I was like 13
For some reason, 12. It was a suitcase.
Well, that's probably you could get there.
Yeah, it's big and flat. I was like thinking what would be big and flat I could carry in with a handle and throw it up.
And nobody would. Right, nobody would be suspicious because you'd just be a kid who happen to be strolling by with their suitcase.
Yeah.
As opposed to a kid who's walking in with like a
plank of wood. Well, would that work though, or do you have to actually hit it?
Yeah. So the way that for the sensor to work, it has to be hit down. So at the base of all these actually. Of these guys, there's like the way that the sensor works, it has to be up in order, and then you have to push it down, and then that's what triggers the sensor. So because it wouldn't go up, it can't go down.
Interesting.
Yeah, YouTube Punk says, yeah, suitcase wouldn't be suspicious at all.
No, you should have a stick with a little bandana, pack on the end.
Or like a sign that's pointing at your suitcase that says free candy inside.
Early already.
Yeah. All right, Mark, hold up your can real quick. I want to show you this one. So this is Dojo. This is the double IPA version. I'm gonna get a picture. Hold up to the side. So
This is really good, actually.
Hold up to one side. Okay, yeah. Let me get a picture here real quick. There we go. Got it.
Oh, nice.
Opposite sides.
Like perfect.
Wow. That wasn't a flash fail?
Yeah.
He's got a glowing orb above his head.
Yeah, okay.
Might be.
Using our nap glasses. by
Can
the
you see
way.
that? Can you see how that looks? It's like he's got a halo over his head. That'll work.
Conehead style. So who hasn't gone next? Who hasn't gone yet?
I'm
I haven't
sun.
gone.
Yeah, Jerry hasn't gone. Jim.
Jim gone?
Nope.
You want to go first, Jim? Or
I don't care.
DJ and Jim.
Well, DJ Flask, I assume there's probably some kind of like punch a kangaroo game or something.
no, unfortunately not. No.
All right. Well, I'll pass it to Jerry for the.
Can I say two?
I prefer it when Jim goes last.
Yes.
I got two. Okay.
Someone has to.
One, does ice cold beer count? Like, because I'd like ice cold
Yeah,
beer.
it's not a pinball or vid, really.
It qualifies. Yeah, it's.
All right. So that, because it's awesome. And second one, because I'm single now, a condom vending machine.
Oh my god.
That'll be a real turn for the ladies.
In your
Good idea.
bathroom. Next
Yeah,
to
no, I'll put it down on the arcade wall next to
Fuck,
my
I don't have a
keys.
quarter.
Yeah,
That'd be the
you-
one. That'd be the
under
one
free
game
play.
that I would pick up wearing latex gloves.
Yeah. It'll be 1 use only, but those are the ones I got. We didn't really get many of those games over here like that, so that's it. So I
Speaking of
can
ice
only go
cold
what I'm
beer,
gonna.
did you guys see just in the last couple of days somebody had a home use only one they sold on KLV?
Really?
$4,000 or something like
Oh
that.
my
That's not
god.
bad, really.
Somebody from Australia, I think, actually bought
Oh,
it.
Jesus.
Ah, I think I know who bought it
Home
then.
use only condom machine. Wow.
Yeah.
I know. Wow.
Well-
What are the chances for that?
Must have been the 80s.
I know someone over here that just bought a tapper and an ice cold beer, so that must be it. So yeah.
Wow.
So that's big money, big money. That's all I
Right.
can say. But I'm drinking.
Actually,
Brewdog
Jerry, you know what you
Punk
should
IPA.
get?
Punk IPA, nice.
Get a breathalyzer machine like they have at the bars now.
I would love
dispenses
one.
Straws.
Yeah, there's one on my Gumtree, which is just like Craigslist, but they want like 1,500 for it or something.
yeah.
Like that.
jeez.
Yeah, I'm just like, no, it's too expensive. But I would love one of them.
Those
That
things
would
are
be
funny. If you guess your blood alcohol content, you just get like a free
free
You
beer?
get to do it for free. No, you get to do it again.
Oh, really?
it lets because you have to pay to use it, and so it's like,
Yeah.
well, it'll text. At least the one that I saw, it texted you a code that you'd enter, and then you got to do it again later, whenever.
That's cool as hell.
Like
I've never seen one that modern.
Like
but
a free replay.
I like it.
You win.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll pass it on to Jim.
It's funny because I was actually I've thought of kind of along the same lines as what Andrew was saying about like the big fortune teller thing, but then I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of, I mean, those take up a lot of space, but that'd be kind of awkward just to have. But this is easy for me. I've wanted a classic, the 13-foot skee ball.
Yeah.
machine.
I'm surprised that.
Ooh, I had no one had thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming. Yeah.
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 That's been on my list for years,
Yeah.
and especially after playing at John Gorfchamp on Clav. He's not on there much anymore, but he had a party of, let's see, 2 or 3 years ago, 3 years ago, I think. And me, him, Sean, and like Dan Reed, and a few, like 5 of us, we were just having competitions who could get the best score in skee ball, and we were playing that for like all night. It was so much fun. So
Skee ball
I was
with
like-
a group is so.
it's so much fun. Yeah. If I had the space, I would get 2.
Yeah.
You gotta have 2 lanes, right?
Yeah. 2 lanes. 1 lane looks low.
So there it is.
Somebody, I stepped out just for a minute earlier. I don't know if you guys talked about it already. Somebody mentioned the it's like the Addams Family. There was like a shocker one.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
Yep.
There's a guy here in NorCal. Carrie, I think he's actually planning on bringing it.
To PAX?
PAX, yeah. Kevin, name?
Oh yeah.
He's got the
Kevin Sin or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, the one game. What's it called? You can roll the ball around. It blasts air in your face if you crash.
Yeah.
Jim played it last year. Irritating Maze. Yeah.
Yes, there you go. Good
job.
also,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be cool. Hopefully, we'll get a chance to play it or try it out, however it works.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome that he's bringing that. I didn't even know.
I believe that's what he said when he chimed in on the.
So, are you going to CAX or not?
I'm pretty sure I'm locked in now.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
So as of a couple days ago,
I wasn't sure for sure. Okay. Good.
Yep. So instead of us getting the new house that wasn't going to be ready till mid July, we're getting a different house that's ready. We're going to move in mid June. So
is it still brand new, or is this one
No. Okay. It's right. It was one we really wanted that. Had a sale pending before we actually listed our house.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and then it fell through.
Yeah, but it's still like brand new, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a really nice shape.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Game room is going to be awesome.
Insane.
Yeah,
I showed my wife the pictures of your house. She's like, "Damn!"
It is actually a custom home. It's a custom home too. It's not a cookie cutter job, So.
Oh, that's awesome.
My mom drove by and she's like, "You guys are gonna be like kings of the hill there."
I like the
really nice.
The road kind of goes up a little bit, and it's at the top of the cul-de-sac even. So it's like you rule the whole neighborhood or something.
Oh, that's awesome.
I like the promo video you had, like the fucking drone flyby.
Yeah.
Like wow.
Yeah.
So
my wife liked the kitchen. The kitchen.
Yeah,
the kitchen's amazing.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Right. So I'll see what I can do. Maybe next year try to have you guys over or something. We'll see.
Yeah, that'd be Chris, don't make any promises, Chris.
Yes, exactly.
Why do you have your gross friends over here, Chris?
I want new cabinets, Chris. Yeah.
Don't you have any nice friends, Chris?
Ones that don't come over.
Already drunk.
Yeah. Come over and just admire our grass.
Funny.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
YouTube Punk. No, I don't have pics on Instagram yet, but I'll share some. I want to wait till I'm actually moving in, maybe to share those. So just to make sure it's for sure my house,
Slick Nick in chat says Nat tournament at Chris's new house.
There we go.
Yeah.
Great.
Who's going to be the Magic 2020?
Yeah. Although actually, it shouldn't be next year. We should wait a year because next year you'll probably still be down, so that you won't have as many games.
I know
because you're complying with Lisa's requirement.
Yes.
But after you've moved in, lived there for a little while, I can see maybe that
they'll start popping up again. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
it seems inevitable with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of does.
What's the rule again?
About what?
How many games you can get in there?
Oh,
one a month or something?
No. It's just she doesn't want any stinky, moldy smelling ones.
Oh, okay.
I think if they look old, that's fine as long as it doesn't stink up the house. That's the main thing. So
like rat pee and stuff.
Exactly.
He's gonna have to do a smell test for each game.
Yes.
Go up to it in a controlled environment.
Yeah. Pass the test.
Probably no games with fans in them because that just blows the smell out.
Right.
Never turn on. Which I kind of like. Well, obviously I wouldn't like to smell like moldy and pissy ones, but when I turn on my Tempest or iRobot, I like the smell.
There's an old game.
I agree.
Yeah, the old game smell is great, and it does kind of waft through the room.
And it is actually a very isolated area in the house, so it's our master bedroom is downstairs at the back of the house, and the game room is upstairs at the front of the house.
Oh, nice!
So it's like opposite corners of the house. So
it's kind of like Steve. You got the deal, right? You kind
What?
of
Oh yeah, opposite
Yeah,
of what Steve has.
yeah, for mock. Yeah, so you can be all loud and stuff.
I
like
can be as
you-
loud as I want,
Yeah.
and you can't hear a thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've got the same at my house as well now. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
now.
yeah.
Nicely done. Yeah.
Yeah, you
All
only
my
had
games are going actually. So yeah.
you only had to give up half your shit to make that happen.
Yeah.
Not my games. My games are mine. But I get in
Jim, where's that soundbite? Half.
Wait, what movie is
No,
that?
That's the Bad Santa. Half.
Yeah.
Oh, Bernie Mac.
Yeah, Bernie Mac.
So yeah, I called and left Cool Bay a message and let him know that I'm in for CAX now. So we should be good. Back to just like how I did it last year. So
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Are you gonna haul a bunch of games, Gak? For sale?
So it depends
What
on
he
what I
has
have
left.
at the point, but yeah, exactly. But I told him it'll probably be 10-ish of my games, and then Tron Guy will have 4, 5, 6 games, and then a handful from Chris, also 2 bigger heads. So there'll be a truckload. It just won't be all my games like it was pretty much.
You don't want to do the smell test at CAX though.
Yeah.
right?
Great. They'll come back smelling like body odor.
Yeah.
This game, I don't remember this game smelling like BO so bad.
And I'll be, as the months go on, I'm going to be picking your guys' brains because, Jim, you have it in an apartment, so you probably had to realize what you have to do. I mean, what's the secret to cleaning them really well? You're repainting everything.
Anything. Well, yeah, paint and Bondo I do on my balcony outside.
Yeah,
but I mean, as far as let's
have you
say
had any
it's
stinky games that were nasty.
It's a mostly original cabinet that you have to do very little to it. Is it? I think Dave might have mentioned this, like vinegar and water or something. Like you just rub it down with vinegar.
Oh, yeah.
You need to seal it then too.
Yeah, apple cider vinegar will kill a lot of odors, but you still got to seal it in. I mean, you got to use Kills or some kind of primer that'll seal it
on the inside of the cabinet.
Everywhere. I mean, really, if you got a stinky cab, everything.
Yeah.
And that stuff smells too. So then you got apple cider vinegar smell. So
it smells like a
salad.
Yeah.
My
salad in the garage.
I was like, all right, who's got a yeast infection this time?
Sorry, it's me again. God, that smell goes away.
That always reminds me of that guy on Cloud, Yeast Lord. Like it's just, I know it's about I just think each time I see his name, Yeast Lord, I think yeast infection.
I'd rather
I'm sure it's
smell a
beer.
salad than rat shit.
Right.
That's a good trade.
On a scale of salad to rat shit, I think I'd probably favor salad.
Salad.
No, we actually we wipe our dogs down with apple cider vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea.
Which it deodorizes the dog completely.
It's good for a lot of stuff. Like if you take a plastic Ziploc bag and put grapes in it and just fill it with some water and a teeny bit of vinegar and swish it around and then dump all the water out,
and then drink
your
it.
fruit will last like 3 times as long as it would normally because vinegar kills like everything.
Vinegar's amazing.
Yeah,
I wasn't even using apple cider. I was just
a
using
natural
white
pesticide.
white vinegar.
I
with
drink apple cider vinegar.
And I was just gonna say, Jim, we've talked about apple cider vinegar for drinking because you can absolutely take just a little bit of that, and
It's supposed to be really good for you.
Very good.
Really good for you.
My wife takes
beer.
a shot of that like every day.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do a quick sneak peek.
Part of my concoction.
YouTube Punk is asking. So that's a picture of the front of the house there.
Oh,
Jesus if I can get it to focus.
What a
here.
dump.
It's not wanting to focus.
What a dump.
Totally dump, right? Oh, not too bright. Why is it too bright?
It looked great for a few seconds. You're good.
There we go.
Hold it.
Don't move.
Hold it.
There you go. I can see it.
Freeze frame.
Right,
No.
so, and then I'll scan over to the game room real quick.
The 2-car garage looks perfect for a game.
It's technically actually like it's like a 3.5 car garage. Actually, it just has 2 doors like that. But
It's like Better Homes and Gardens and shit. That place is
let's
beautiful.
see.
So no garage.
You shit on my house.
All right, so they call it a upstairs. It's a second master suite with bonus room.
Bonus.
Area.
Yeah.
Yeah, bonus. So it's currently set up as more of a. If I get this to focus here, It's set up
wow.
more of as a master, but that would be. We cannot get this to focus.
Yeah.
All right,
There you
there we
go.
go. Briefly, okay.
Well,
That's the area.
That's
Um,
That's really nice.
There's another angle of it. So this is the other angle here. If I can get it to focus.
That's the master, right?
This is the what'll be the game room upstairs.
This is upstairs. So you got to haul them all the way there.
That's from the other angle, yeah. So the house actually has.
You can have turtle sheets.
Oh, nice. A big pedestal.
I mean,
Wear white sandals.
Got it. So let's see. What day of the week is? Let me look here. June. So June 19th. So mark the calendar. Maybe June 19th. I'll do a live from that room. So we'll see.
wow.
Yeah, it'll be an empty room, but a little desk and maybe my computer, or doing it for my cell phone.
That's so cool.
So,
Man, you got to move all those games upstairs. I wonder how the drywall.
no, it's gonna take it. Honestly, I'll be able to get maybe 15-ish games up there. So
more.
It'll take a while. Those all need to be like thoroughly cleaned, or maybe a little bit of restore, so I can please Jimbo.
He just wants you to rebuild a monitor someday.
Yes, there you go.
So where's the sex dungeon and the sex swing gonna go?
That's still the garage.
and the gimp dungeon.
Yeah, the gimp. You know how you have got those tennis balls you hang from your garage roof when you pull in? You know how
I have one of those.
Yeah, I had one too.
That'll be the gimp.
Except I didn't set it up this year because I had my garage full of video games. My wife was mad because we couldn't use the cars at the garage as a garage, and it's Buffalo.
Right.
And the heated seat on the driver's side on the Odyssey broke.
Oh man.
Yeah. Maybe next year. This year was games.
So yeah, I haven't done much game stuff with all my house stuff. Anybody else? Anything new, game wise?
I lost some.
I have a little bit of game news if anybody cares, but I'll wait till you guys talk about your games you've bought.
I saw Andrew did some work on his pole position.
Oh yeah,
control panel.
The spare control panel. Yeah, the shroud. So it's no further along than where I left it with that last photo you guys had. But yeah, so working on just it's an experiment more than anything, since I have two of these now. But trying to figure out, is there a way I can remove the cigarette burns in a clean way from these things? You know, you're not going to keep the original texture, unfortunately. The original texture is really pretty sweet. There's actually a fine grain to it that's one direction. But, you know, for where I got it so far, it looks pretty good. So basically took a heat gun to it and started basically used a dowel. I had a wooden dowel laying around here. So heated it up and then used the wooden dowel to kind of like reform the plastic.
Reform the plastic, okay.
Yeah, where the cigarette burns were kind of all fucked up.
Good idea.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. So sanded the high points off, and then used the wooden dowel with the heat gun to kind of remold the plastic, and then you hold it in place until it dries, you know, until it cools down a little bit, and then pull it off, and then move on to the next spot and heat it up. And so you don't want to warp it too much, because otherwise then you end up with like the whole thing just
right.
It's still pretty thin plastic. But then went back and did a real thin skim coat of Bondo to fill in the holes that were left by the cigarette burns, and then sanded the crap out of that, and then hit it with some textured paint. So I'm still kind of trying some experiments with that to try and work with the texture. I did like a hammered finish, which I thought might be high enough to get a new even texture across it, because you got to give up on the original again. It's just you go for a new texture. So I'm gonna try this one a little bit more, maybe another coat or two. I got to re-hit it with some more Bondo and sanding to hit some more high points. I missed there's a spot here which you probably won't be able to see, but there's a pretty nasty spot right there.
Yeah.
That I must have missed. I didn't see until this is just a guide coat, really. But yeah, so sand that down, hit it again. I may end up having to go with something. There's some of those like stone texture paints you can do.
Real coarse.
I've given up on trying to maintain the original texture on this piece, but so yeah, super coarse. But then you can sand it afterwards. The whole idea is, can you get a uniform, nice texture over the whole thing?
Andrew, I missed the whole thing. Was the pole position working and everything you got delivered? I missed the whole.
Oh yeah. So pole position works. I fired it up. It's got some sync issues. So there's a disco monitor in it right now, which may or may not be original to it, but it's not syncing properly. But it plays. So I totally played a blind game of.
I thought only Atari games had those disco monitors. Well, wait, it is an Atari game. Is it? Okay.
I don't know.
Brain fart.
I'm not quite sure if it's Atari or not.
I was thinking iRobot because
I'm pretty sure it's Atari.
Yes.
Yeah. So it stands out like a sore dick.
Yeah, no. So it is an Atari disco monitor. So yeah, but it's the sync is totally fucked on it. So I'm not sure. I may replace the monitor anyway. I've got a bunch on the shelf. I could just swap it out. But yeah, so the game works just fine. Monitors having problems, but yeah. So the shroud is what I'm working on restoring. It's really more of an experiment. I had two, so I took the.
I'm sure you remember who's that guy? Trioxin or something like that would do the iRobot control panels. You repair for people.
Yeah,
you do like because those ones had crazy angles and they'd get broken corners.
Yeah.
And I wonder what texture he would do, because I think he would Bondo it and sand it so it was like kind of smooth.
Yeah.
And then either I would assume probably texture that area and then maybe texture the whole thing so it's uniform.
I think you have to at this. I mean, really, you have to embrace that you're not going to get the original texture anymore, and just go with a new awesome texture. It's not going to be original, but yeah. So
does that have stickers or decals for it?
It does. Well, so I have a decal that's the gauges.
Oh, that's right.
You know, the oil pressure and carry. What's the other one?
The dials, speed, miles per hour, or something.
Yeah. Oh well.
You think she'd know after having like
sorry.
half a dozen.
I know.
I know. Right? Sorry, I'm chatting in the IRC, so
I know. I was trying to include you in the
conversation. I'm listening to the tones of your voice as you talk about the texture,
the dials,
and
the dials.
Yeah,
on
the dials.
Yeah, the other one still has the dials on it.
It's got to be like what speed and RPMs or something.
No.
Oh.
Oopsies.
Oh no.
We lost them.
Well, yeah, and I have a pole position too, which I know has a different
water temperature and oil temperature, and speed.
These are important to have when playing an arcade game.
Yeah, especially the dials don't
What's
work.
funny is they're all at zero. Which you'd think they'd at least put the oil and water at the happy spots, but they didn't. Anyway, yeah. So there's a decal that goes in the middle.
Care.
So yeah, I'm excited. I mean, this is a fun. I mean, it's the first thing I've done this year. I mean, I haven't even put the art back together again. So
yeah,
it's exciting to be back in doing projects, and yeah.
I think
Carrie was Slick Nick asking about CAX plans.
Yeah, and so actually, I just have to say real quick. So in my defense, where the Andrew, where you have those stickers, I don't.
You know, it has the maps, right?
Yeah.
It has like Fuji's on there.
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
that's right.
So mine is kind of like
different.
Yeah, like why am I? Yeah, because mine is pole position too, and all of exactly all of mine. No, I did one of them was a regular pole position, but all the rest of mine have been pole position too.
How many of you had, Carrie?
You know, actually not that many. Only two pole positions, two and one regular pole position. So total of 3 games. I'm down to only 1. The other ones are being restored and waiting. Actually, they're all, I think, waiting for.
So it shows the 4 tracks and stuff.
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
it's badly bleached, but here's a.
Oh, we get it.
Yeah, that looks sad.
New version that has tracks on it instead of the.
Oh, the sun damage.
It's some serious sun damage.
Yeah.
And actually, if you look in the background, I don't know if you can see, but back behind that photo, you can kind of see the dashboard with the dials on it for pole position 1.
Right.
And it's funny when I peeled off the pole position 2 overlay on this one, you can see behind it the pole position one bleeding through.
They
the
just
sun.
put a sticker on top
They
of the
just
old one.
totally put 2 stickers on it. Yeah, it was obviously a conversion.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. I'm excited.
That's awesome. Yay.
I'm excited for you.
All right, I'm putting that trade up right now on Claw because I want a pole position. That's how I go out for it.
All right, when I'm done restoring this one, what can I get on a?
No pictures. I'm going to put this up without a picture and see what I get.
Well, so if Dave gets one too, then instead of having like since the whack-offs, since people don't have, as many of our members don't have wackos anymore, we'll have to have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pole dance or something.
The pole dance.
I love it.
The pole dance.
Hey, Lack, we will be having a whack-off sometime this year.
We might or might not be having a whack-off this year. This might be the first year for the whack-off as a group.
Mm-hmm.
Group whack-off, yeah.
Because I've already had a whack-off today.
Clean the pipes.
Sorry, this is a safe place, right?
Yes, it's a safe zone.
Yeah.
You won't be judged here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for enough money, I'm sure that Jimbo won't post it up on YouTube.
Turn that into a soundbite.
Well, that was a short show.
Well, so I guess,
actually, you know what? Where's Leo? He should.
Yeah, we need to be promoting Grove.
He said he was
only
I don't know where he is.
A month away, right? I mean, 4 weeks.
This month.
No, it's this month. Well, no, because it's June 1st is the Friday, right?
It's 1 month away.
Yep. So I'm working my ass off trying to get artwork done for him.
Hey Jim, I liked your battle on Claw. Are we getting a team?
Yeah, I was telling.
That's some good comments.
I was telling Carrie that I'm glad it dissipated quickly, but that totally came off as a dick comment about like, oh, so where's the lineup of game or what's the list of games? I've been out there 4 or 5 times and
shit's broken.
Are you gonna have a crew out there to fix all the games? And right on the first post that Leo's saying is this is not going to be at the scope of previous events by any means. And even then,
something's broke. We work with it. There's no money prize, dude. Relax.
Right, yeah.
All right, I'm like, I can count on one hand how many people I know for a fact are volunteering to help out with this thing.
Yeah. Right. Which is probably actually more than prior years.
Ironically, it probably is. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, although we won't talk to Leo, but I just thought for the scorekeeping, it might make sense if we scorekeep when we can, but then resort to the old pictures on the cell phone.
Oh, well, and I think that we're going to do Nat style. So it's all going to be group events. It's not going to.
I don't think so. No, he was talking about doing a couple of Nat games, but then also having a regular tournament.
Wow. Oof. So good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, if we,
Can't all be honor system, like you said. The whole thing is like, we'll compare scores later.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, nothing's going to be recorded in any sanctioned body record.
No,
that's it. Yeah.
And there's no cash prizes, no belts to win.
No belts.
It's fun to be had.
No official referees.
I'm going to bring my belt, JC Canvas, JC Penny.
Yeah,
398. Okinawa belt no need rope, hold up pants.
And I have what I think is a good idea for a Donkey Kong Nat game, which I will reveal.
Donkey Kong Nat.
I know, because it seems appropriate since with the whole Donkey Kong thing. Donkey Schlong. So I have an idea. I think it'll be fun. I have to run it by Leo though. I'll keep hoping he'll show up so I can tell him.
Oh, Leo. Paging Mr. Leo.
It might require a prop. The same, or props actually. It will require props.
Oh, prop comic. Carrot Top.
Jesus. What a fucking freak that guy is, by the way.
I know.
Oh my
He's
God.
an alien. What happened to him?
He's totally a fucking alien. Yeah.
He's been an alien for 10 years. I remember I saw him like at the Luxor, like the picture. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell are you, dude?
His skin is the same color as his fucking hair.
Who are you talking about now?
Carrot Top.
Oh yeah,
That's a surprisingly good show.
No. I mean, he went from being like, oh, he's like the the '90s version of Gallagher to being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Is he still running at the Luxor or no? Is that like 20 years ago?
yeah. He looks like a buffed out transvestite now, right?
Yeah, he is odd looking, but I saw his show at the Luxor about maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and it was funny. I have to admit, it was funny.
No, he's funny. He's just weird looking.
Oh yeah, I didn't say he's not weird looking.
Yeah. No, I mean he was funny when his show was new. He was doing like again Gallagher prop humor kind of stuff, and it was like, all right, that's awesome. No one's doing that shit. That's cool. He's funny, but then he went from being like kind of nerdy and weird to being like, I don't know, creepy and weird.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with his
Too much plastic surgery.
something. Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah. Too much working out.
Necro said transvestite.
He
graphic
juices.
Oh, that's neat.
Yes,
That's funny.
But
Perfect.
it's funny.
That's our humor right there, buddy.
That's right. Well, Saturday Night Live long ago, back in the early days, back when Saturday Night Live was good, the expression was, or the saying was, that if it's funny, it's not offensive. So there we go. That's words to live by. Wow, that killed things.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Who else arcade shit this week?
Oh, yeah. I'll retract.
I actually have some arcade news. If you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
I can actually have 2 cool things. Okay, so I know that this is arcade, but I like to bring up pinball stuff once in a while. But this is actually a really cool pinball. This story, a lot of people that are into pins already know this, but I just found this out. I was pissed off that Monster Bash wasn't announced at the Texas Pinball Festival.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what was announced was Stern hired Brian Eddy to come make a game for them. Now, if you guys don't know who Brian Eddy is, he created 2 of one of the most famous, most popular pinballs ever, Medieval Madness and Attack from Mars. And he also created the Shadow pinball tables.
Wow.
So he's been in, doing other things like video games and stuff. But Stern hired him
he
back.
doesn't have a background of like child molestation. I had to make sure that's on the prerequisite.
Medieval Madness, if you guys, most everybody already knows here, but
his games here. Don't fucking bring that up anymore.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Anyway, yeah, Brian Eddy, he created Medieval Madness, which is the #1 pinball table on pin side, if he's on the rankings and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Attack from Mars is another amazing, really fun pin. So, yeah, they're giving him the reins to make something for 2019. So that's actually some really killer news that I'm excited about.
Yeah,
someone coming back that's a legend like him. So,
You think you'll be Deadpool then?
Awesome.
I don't know. I hope they let him just make whatever he wants.
I really feel like
That would
what
be
they
cool.
really need to work on is a better way to integrate the video screens and stuff.
Yes,
Because you can't ever see that. It's like up on the back glass.
Yeah, and they're starting to do that with little screens on the playfield that tell you what you need to do as well. So that helps.
Or maybe it's a mode. They have more modes that goes to the video that you handle with the flipper buttons or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still kind of like
Just
a thing.
like they have like another level that they could add with technology, but they're not really taking advantage of it. It seems like.
Yeah. So I just hope it's not a Deadpool license or something. I mean, yeah, that would be cool to have Deadpool pin, but we know that's coming anyway.
Yeah,
probably.
that's the next one.
But
I think, isn't it?
I want to see him make something that's not a licensed game, because you're kind of limited. You're limited because the art package has to be all approved by the studios, and then if you do a band, you're only limited to a certain amount of songs, and same thing with movies. The actors sometimes don't want to give up their likenesses, so you got to make them look weird. Like Back to the Future, like I think the Michael J. Fox looks like some other kid on there, because it's they didn't get the rights.
Yeah, it is some other kid. Yeah,
it's some other person. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what he does. I'm excited, and he said he already had a pin he wanted to do that when they closed up shop he didn't get to do. So his brain's been working over the years of something he's excited about working on. So anyway, I think that's really something to look forward to in 2019. Okay, my other news is I know not everybody here or nobody here besides me is doing VR stuff, but I got to talk about this because it is arcade related.
I have a strap on.
Me too.
Yeah.
Strap off.
So was it? I think it's through Steam on the VR Steam. They have this app called The Wave, and what it is you go into different nightclubs in VR, and it's done like Ready Player One nightclub. Okay, in fact, they actually recreated that one, and I'm going to put the link up here. You guys can see it. But during the Ready Player One nightclub, giant arcade machines come up out of the floor, and there's Sinistar, Defender. They're all actual arcade machines, and they pulsate with the music, and they're playing 80s music in there, and you interact with people.
This is all part of the VR world.
And and if you check out the link I just posted
I'm watching
in the chat, you can see if you jump to 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Okay.
You can see the giant arcade machines.
Holy shit!
And earlier, there's parts where you'll see the Rampage guys dancing on top of cubes. I think that's about 22 seconds in. You'll see like George is like dancing on a cube.
That's not a Robotron cabinet.
No, it's not. I know it's not true.
Authentic.
It's not authentic. I know that, but
it's got the Illumicade T molding that never hit the market.
I mean, it's Ultronish. That's cool. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I know it's not exact cabinets and stuff because we're the collectors that know that stuff. But I just thought it was cool that they even built this. I mean, at all.
They all have 2 joysticks, 6 buttons.
It does. Oh my god, they totally do like Robot.
Yes.
Okay, when you're in this room,
they all have Street Fighter.
They're all main channels.
So no wonder Mock loves it.
Yeah, you can fly around the room like on a jetpack and look at stuff and fly through things, and you can interact with stuff. So I flew around those giant arcade machines to see if the screens were fire. Some of them were actually wrong, but most of them were correct. But I don't know. I thought it was awesome. It was neat.
That's like a free download you can do or something for your VR setup.
What was that, Gak? I'm sorry.
So to do that in VR, is that like a free thing?
It's a free app.
So somebody spent like crazy hours developing all this.
Oh, I know. Because they're hoping, there's different rooms to go into, and it's like being in a nightclub. You interact with other people that are in there, and there's different things that you can get that shoot from your fingers, like lasers or bubbles or disco ball will appear over your head. Even in Ready Player One, the dance floor will turn into like a Saturday Night Fever dance floor.
Oh,
you can dance on it.
That's right.
On it and stuff.
When they're like floating up in the sky.
Yeah, and you can float and do that. There's even a hot tub you can make up here and sit in the hot tub. It's so weird. So, I played around in that room. And then there's other rooms that are different themes. Like there's the one that's in the desert, and giant monsters fly over you, and they all pulsate to the music. It's all like techno-y, dance music stuff. But it was really neat. But I had to bring this one up just because it had arcade stuff in it. I thought that was pretty badass that they did that, So check out the video offline when you get a chance to really watch it.
Check it out.
Has everyone seen Ready Player One now?
That's the next question.
No.
Who has not seen it? Let's go through that first.
I will kick you if you haven't seen. No,
I don't care about spoilers, so that's fine. So
Who has not
ruined
seen
it
it?
enough online? So I've read the book.
Andrew, you seen it?
I've seen it.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Tim seen it. Carrie seen it. Dave,
seen
no. Chris has.
Is it any good?
The movie is like a month old at this point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Any
Exactly.
good? Is it any good?
Let's just say, did we like the movie? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I certainly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds
Good
like I need to
movie
go watch it.
or
Andrew didn't like it.
is it a good
It
movie
was
on
not
its
the
own
book.
thing?
I'll tell you
So-
that. It's not the
all right.
book.
Yeah,
really?
exactly. It's not the book.
All
Yeah.
right,
Oh my God, I'm so surprised. Like every movie that's based on a book is totally the book.
Yeah.
I know.
I'll just say like the biggest Easter egg at the end. I want to say that was the third Easter egg or whatever. Was like, come on, guys, couldn't you have done something a little better than that? That seemed like that was
Too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I would
that's supposed to
think,
be in the
like,
future, though.
If
Maybe
you
they've
go
not
into the mind
remembered.
of the guy who
Yeah.
developed that whole setup, right?
Dude, and they didn't even do it right.
No.
You have to use the bridge to get to it.
Oh,
I
they
didn't
used
catch
the
that
bridge.
part, but
No, he did not
It
use
should-
the bridge.
That showed the bridge.
He didn't have the bridge in his hand when he walked through that room. He just like walked in the maze and just picked up a dot.
I could have sworn they showed him pick up the bridge. And
No, I did not see the.
No?
I didn't see the bridge at
Oh,
all.
I thought they did.
Which is fine, but like, all right. So, I enjoyed the movie. It's a great companion to the book. It's like, all right, so to be the same story, it has to hit like the same like basic 10 high points,
Mm.
right? So it has to do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, tan, right? Or it's not, or it's not. You can't even call it the same fucking thing, right? It's a different movie. It's a different book, right? And they hit those high points, but everything in between was totally fucking different, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's the same characters. It's basically Wade does his little thing, and like, it's not super important that he's the one who goes and figures out how to like fuck the extras and like, that's all fine. But like the driving backwards in the first map, 5 years. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone gets bored playing a video game,
And they'll do it for fun.
and they'll just do it because like it's stupid.
all right, so let's throw,
That's
let's
true.
throw
It's
this
5
into the mix.
years to answer the first fucking riddle is
Yeah.
just.
So he didn't. Maybe he didn't do this at all. in
You
the
drive
storyline.
backwards?
Yeah, but
Oh, come on. Someone would have been like, oh, I fucked at the start. Fuck it. I'm driving backwards.
Yeah.
well, think about this. Like they already have guys using
the first
AI
thing.
to play video games for them. You've
Right.
seen. I'm sure you've
Mhm.
seen the YouTube videos.
The Qbert one.
Yeah, the Cubert one. There's like an asteroids one too, where it's
Breakout
like
one,
they
too, yeah.
they could have the super rich dude had like all this team of people doing all the tests. I'm like, they could have AI doing all that, doing every scenario. It just seems
Yeah.
like that would happen a lot faster.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
So, but
you
skipping
just
all
have to
that.
kind of get into it and
Yeah,
have
no.
fun with the
So
movie. right?
suspending disbelief and like the fact
Yeah.
that like I really wanted Dungeons and Dragons to be the first thing that was an amazing
Yeah.
book for me.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like I played that fucking compendium to D&D. Not even a D&D. That's like basic D&D. Like that. I really fucking love that idea. But like I get it. You can't do the same thing, and the key and the gate being two different things. Like you don't have enough time in a movie
Right.
to do all that. So make each key. Its
So in the
own
book,
thing.
you have to find the key, and
You
then
have to
it
find the
still
key,
isn't
and then-
over.
You have to find
There
a
was two
key and
things you had to
do like a big challenge to the
A
key.
challenge.
And then you
Okay.
get the key, and then you have to figure out where the fuck the gate is. And then when you find the
Okay.
gate, you got to do another big challenge for the gate.
Mhm.
They
You
just
gotta read the book,
streamlined it. They streamlined it in the movie.
They streamlined the fuck out of that, and they added a new villain, which is fine. But
Yeah, well,
He
they
was
had to do
weird.
something with in the book. Spoiler alert.
yeah,
They're
fuck
in
that.
a,
We're over that.
okay. So in the book, they're in a safe place, so there's no risk. They're just in a place to be able to play the game. In the movie, they change it up to make it more exciting, where they're being chased, they could get killed, they could, they're after them, and they're in the VR world at the same time while they're being chased in the van. So they have to up the stakes. Otherwise, it's like, who cares? They're just at some mansion playing the game, and they're not seeing each other. So I can understand the changes that they make for the movie. They have to make it more exciting and more, more interesting.
And
So
fast, streamline it. Yep.
what I was bummed about though is that they got rid of some of the cool games I was hoping to see. You know, there's no joust challenge in it. There's no Tempest challenge at the end, which kind of cool with how he did that with the cheat in it.
And the Easter egg at the end with all the different machines. Like that was a big point in the book for me.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh my God, my first fucking computer was one they talked about finally in that book. And it's like, no one talks.
That's not there.
And I learned BASIC on that computer. Like I do my job right now because of what I learned on that computer.
That's a milestone.
That's big for me.
And another weird thing too, I think that's because the Spielberg kind of a tie to it, where if you notice that the in the book, the games were to what things that was it Holiday? Was that his name?
Yeah, Halliday.
Halliday. His hobbies. It was all about his hobbies and what he loved.
They didn't touch that in the 80s thing at all.
And everything was about his personal life in the movie instead. So instead of they did do jumping into The Shining. That was like a freaking amazing sequence.
That was cool. The Shining was my favorite part of the whole fucking movie. That blew me away. I was at the edge of my seat. I literally
the fact they even did that
was like, oh my God, they are doing this so well,
and it's perfect. It looks just like it.
Yeah, they turned the creepy girl in 237 into like a fucking zombie, but whatever. I don't even care.
It's a game though too, so you're like you can give it a pass.
No,
I mean they're being chased with a giant axe coming down at them, and
but no, the rest of it was like, oh my God, this is fucking amazing. And they had to give up War Games for that. I get it. That's fine.
That's exactly. War Games.
War Games was in the book.
What they did with The Shining was amazing.
Yeah, it was really fun.
So Gak, I know you didn't read the book, but in the book version, instead of Shining, it was they jump into War Games, and you actually had to jump in as Matthew Broderick, and you have to give the dialogue perfectly as it goes through the movie. And so when your line comes up, you have to know the line exactly. And if you don't, it goes meh, and you get like 3 chances. And if you fuck up, you're back at the beginning. You gotta wait. I think 24 hours or something like that. Yeah. So that was kind of fun. But that wasn't the movie. But
The Shining that totally made up for that. I was fine.
That was fun.
And they gave up a Holy Grail, and it's like that's fine too. They couldn't get the credit for that. So
the Holy Hand Grenade.
No, Holy Grail.
Well, they didn't do Holy Grail, but they did the Holy Hand Grenades, so at least they got that.
No, I got that. But I mean, I'm saying like they had 2 movies. It was War Games and Holy Grail, and they didn't touch either one of those, but they did Shining so well. Total pass. That was so good, and Shining is exactly such an awesome movie.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not 80s.
Oh.
So what? What did you say?
No, it's not 80s.
So was it actually 70s?
Oh.
So
when was The Shining?
Wasn't Shining 78?
I mean, I don't know.
All right.
Looking it up right now. We're all 1980. No, actually, it says 1980 according to IMDb, which is barely 80.
Barely.
Right on the cusp of 80.
Yeah. So I'll give that. All right, I'll give it a double pass, and I'll take that one. But
there's a couple of discrepancies like that.
Atari 2600 did Adventure.
Yeah, Adventure
might have been prior to 80.
That was like 70s probably. Yeah. It could have been. Adventure was the one that was a launch game almost.
It was a launch. Yeah, that was early. And I remember actually doing that Easter egg with my brother, and I don't know where he learned it. My brother's 4 years older.
It was word of mouth. It was word of mouth.
Yeah, it was total word of mouth. And but I totally remember he taught me where to go find the dot.
Yep.
It's like you had to go find the bridge. You get in the Black Castle.
Yeah.
You had to know exactly where to go, which I totally still fucking do. I know exactly where the dot is, and then where you have to go to unlock it. That's the big deal.
Yeah.
I remember a friend of mine, it was in junior high, he was telling me about it on the bus. He's like, yeah, you know this programmer? He put his name in. I go, what? No. He's like, no, really, I can show you. So I went over to his house after school, and he showed me what you have to do. And the bat kept taking our bridge.
The bat can take the bridge, and the bat can hit the dot. The
bat loves the bridge.
If the bat gets a dot, you're fucked. Just start.
Oh, yeah, that happens too, because then you don't know where you put it because then it's invisible. Because it's the same color as the background or whatever it is.
Same color as the floor.
Floor, yeah, whatever the
floor color is. It's what,
I mean, you could get lucky, but good luck.
Well, according to Wikipedia,
Mark, here's the trilogy of Yojo. This is Yojo 33 and the third.
Oh, I got to get the shark one. I'm gonna go get that right now.
That's so close to 34.
Yeah, almost.
What a tease!
Well, there can be only one 34.
That's
Well-
right. Well, according to Wikipedia, Adventure was released in 79 to 80.
We had it, yeah. I remember, like, we got our Atari somewhere around there. My brother actually got it for Christmas, so it would have been right on 80.
Okay, so the movie isn't perfect, but it was still
No.
entertaining.
It was totally entertaining.
It was, yeah.
I can't wait to see it again. I'm sure I'm totally sure I will buy it. So
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it there for sure.
The references were cool to see in the background. Like I saw Blanca and
that's what I want to do. Is
Street
really go
Fighter
back
characters
through the
in
movie,
there.
go really
That's-
slow.
Jim?
That's all I did when I saw it with Carrie. That was the second time I
Yeah.
had seen it.
Chun-Li.
All I did, they didn't have the 3D version anymore in the theater, so we had to see it in 2D. But that actually made it easier for me to look in the backgrounds and try to pick out stuff. Because in 3D, the focal characters, like the main characters, they're all in the foreground, so it's really
Yeah.
tough to pick out every little thing. Unless
I
it's in
want to
2D.
go through because I'm sure there's tons of stuff in the background. I think there's.
Oh, I was
easily
totally like,
crazy.
oh, you see this? You see
Yeah.
this? And I'm like, oh, that's right. It's your first time. Sorry, I don't want to distract you from the movie.
Yeah.
Look at that poster. And,
I
I
mean,
did
how
the
cool
same
was
with
it?
Wendy, and I was like, yeah, but you don't get that reference. So
Yeah, that I didn't. I saw it by myself. I was in the theater by myself. 'Cause I knew my wife wouldn't care about it.
Yeah, my son
Fucked
Seth
up.
went with me, and he got most of it, just the Shining part, because he hasn't seen that movie.
oh,
So
you
he
gotta
just-
watch
I'm like, Seth, you got to see that movie with me
Let's
now.
watch
you know?
that. Did you sit down and watch it like the next week? It's like, god damn, that's a great movie.
Right?
Oh, it is. It's
Yeah.
slow build, but it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's shit compared to the book, but like, The
Well,
Shining is still great.
Yeah, I like both.
How cool is it though that they got Mecha Godzilla and stuff like that? I mean,
Yeah.
and Gundam. I mean, stuff that I would never think I'd see together in a movie. You know,
I
Iron
really,
Man,
I
all
really
that
wanted to
stuff.
see Robotech in there. I have a
Oh, that would have
Robotech
been
thing.
cool.
Carrie,
Right?
you
And
had
they were
the
talking
same
about
exact
Veritex.
misconception I did about the bike in the race. I
did.
too was like, are they trying to do
It's
Tron
Akira.
here? It doesn't look.
Yeah.
Oh, the
too
Akira
much like
bike?
Tron.
As soon as I
Yeah.
saw her
Akira bike,
on
yeah.
that Akira bike, and I was like, fucking Akira.
Oh, I knew it was Akira. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was one of the
that's-
first animes I ever saw.
Carrie, I had the same reaction. I'm like, is that supposed to be Tron? But it doesn't
No.
look totally like Tron. She's
Nope.
not wearing the
I
suit.
It's the way that she pulls it down, and the whole thing comes down, and it's like,
Yeah.
that's fucking Akira.
Oh, see,
Akira
I
was
don't-
a huge
and it's
movie.
red.
You know, it was just groundbreaking. You know, and you know, very well animated too. If you ever get a chance to check it out, it's worth seeing.
That's why it was animated.
Yeah,
The
I've
bike-
never,
the
yeah,
bike is
I've
a
never heard. I've
central
never even
thing.
heard of it.
It's a
Yeah,
central thing in the movie.
for the first half of the movie, the bike is a really big deal.
Well, at the end too, he's like running
Yeah.
around with it and shooting lasers off of it.
But
No, it's
a big deal.
cool,
He
yeah.
talks like
I'll have to watch it.
Talks about it a lot during the first part of the movie, and it's Kaneda's bike. So Kaneda, our friend from that's
Pinball. What's
That's
you call
White
it?
flip
whatever it
flops
is.
guy.
that's his bike in Akira.
Yeah. Yes. Kaneda. Yeah. So
You
he,
say Kaneda, I say Kana.
he wants his bike really bad, and
Tetsuo steals it for
yeah.
but he
So
can't. steal
it's a really cool anime. Just check it out.
Yeah.
Akira,
it's-
Akira's
it's
classic.
very-
If you guys
very
don't
a lot.
know, yeah, if you guys don't know like anything about anime, Akira is one of the
But it's
ones
the start.
everyone,
there we go.
everyone should know Akira.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
basics.
That's where you start.
Yeah, it starts with Akira and ends with tentacle porn.
Yeah. Oh no, that yeah.
No,
that-
no,
it-
I
it
have
ends
a
right before
Rutsudoji. We can
tentacle
watch
porn
that
for this
tonight.
girl.
Tentacle porn.
No.
I may have pulled up some Rutsudoji, which also is classic, but it's a different genre.
Yeah.
And what's another good anime?
Mock
Is
liked
that
it.
Vampire Hunter D.
Oh, Vampire Hunter D is amazing.
That's amazing. Both of them are amazing. The old one and the new
Very, very
remake
old.
one.
I haven't
Well,
seen
that's, I don't know if
the
it's a remake. It's like a sequel, maybe. I guess
I haven't seen the remake, but the original is classic. That's
you haven't seen the new one they made because the guy who did Demon City worked on it. It's like the really awesome, detailed.
Did not know about that.
Did you see the red line that I told you about? No. Okay, we'll talk later.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ready Player One. It's
yeah.
entertaining. I'll probably buy it on Blu-ray or whatever. And,
100%. Yep.
the book, it did disappoint me. I left the theater like I enjoyed it, but I was like, God, I wish it was more like the book. That's what I kept saying to myself. But I still liked
Pretty
it.
good, but it's no Rampage with The Rock.
I know. We're looking forward next to
I did
Rampage
see that over the weekend, by the way.
with The Rock.
I heard it's not horrible.
No, it's entertaining.
It's entertaining. Yeah.
Just have some popcorn, enjoy it. It's all good.
It's like watching a Transformers movie.
Yeah.
No, you can't enjoy Michael Bay Transformers. That's fucking impossible.
What's going on here?
It's confusing.
Every robot looks the same.
All right.
They're
So,
all
has
exactly
anybody
I think
seen the
it's high
Rampage
time that
movie?
They reboot that.
Again.
Has anybody
It's
seen the
what, at
Rampage
least-
movie?
I
Other
don't
than
think
myself?
anyone has but you,
No.
Doc.
Okay. So, no spoilers or anything, really, but there's a scene in the movie where they're at this, corporate office, we'll say, and in the background, you see an actual
Someone's punching
Rampage
the building
arcade
and then
machine.
eating a turkey.
Yes. But you see an actual Rampage arcade machine, which is like legit, seems all fine. But that was like their subtle hint, nod to the game. But the thing that pissed me off, I was like, I couldn't make it out. There was another game next to it. And I don't know what that one was.
Was it a away game?
I can't tell you. I was hoping maybe it was Rampage World Tour, but I don't know.
Yeah, perfect.
So,
Hey, Andrew?
Yeah.
I'm posting in chat a link to Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust that someone uploaded the entire movie. It's freaking amazing.
Shit.
So guys, watch it like on your off time soon before they pull it. But it's really good. Just watch a second of it to see the quality of the animation because it's like Disney level. I mean, it's really well done. I mean, it's just really awesome.
I can't watch this tonight.
I know. Just watch a little bit of it just so you can see the quality of the animation of it. It's just really amazing. Yeah, it's good.
all right, I see Steve Wallard in the YouTube chat. All right, I'm just going to ask.
That's like a.
What do you mean by the
Ninja
glue
Scroll
and
quality.
wood comment?
What is it, Andrew?
Please explain.
Ninja Scroll, like that feels like Ninja Scroll, like looking at the
Yes,
Ninja Scroll.
it's made by the same team.
makes sense.
Yeah, but that Ninja
That's
Scroll was
good.
yeah.
Vampire D
it's
is really good. Vampire Hunter D is really good.
You've seen that?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's all the way through.
Yeah, this is totally Ninja Scroll. There's this.
Yeah.
Oh, watch it, Andrew. It's so
it's
good.
great.
If you like Vampire Hunter D, the first one. This one's like, oh, you're gonna blow a load in your pants.
I just did. No, I'm.
Check it out. Everybody, check it out.
And actually, real quick, for just to wrap up the Ready Player One thing, like, if no one here or any one of our three watchers, if you guys have not seen or heard the book, I read the book originally when it came out in paperback.
Same.
It was the Penny Arcade guys who actually put me onto it. They were talking about it when it first came out, the year that it came out, and they were saying, what was your two favorite books of the year? And I don't remember which one of them said it, but like they said Ready Player One and Masters of Doom. And Masters of Doom, I don't know if any of you guys maybe have read it.
No. Oh,
Nope.
sounds familiar though.
It's the story of ID Software and how John Carmack and how they basically made Doom. It's an amazing semi-auto fictional biography, but it's really, really well done. So ID Software, if you guys care about Doom or Quake or any of those games,
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's a brilliant movie book, but they also brought up Ready Player One, so I bought both those books and then promptly read them. They're both brilliant, but more importantly, if you haven't read Ready Player One, and if you saw the movie or haven't seen the movie, Audible.com has a audio book of Ready Player One. I've never ever done an audiobook before in my life.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But the reason why I basically downloaded Audible.com to my phone was because Will Wheaton does the unabridged. So it is the verbatim reading, almost to an annoying point sometimes, like the scoreboards. He does an unabridged version of the book, and it's 15 or 20 hours to get through the whole thing. But it is absolutely perfect. He does an amazing job. He does different voices. Will Wheaton, I mean, my God. Wesley Crusher, you want to punch him in the face sometimes, but you know.
Shut up,
No, he was really good. I mean, he does a lot of voice acting jobs, so he's really good at it.
Job. Like, he is amazing. So if you haven't read the book, please, audible.com, your first fucking book is free. They're not a sponsor of this show, but I will say that, like, that's amazing. I wouldn't even have bought it, but like, it's free. Your first book is free. This is an amazing book.
I might grab it just to do it as a second one. Yeah. So yeah, second time.
Yeah. That's where I was, right? So I read the book years ago.
Yeah.
I gave my hard copy to my brother before the movie came out when I found out about it. And I was like, well, fuck, I can't reread it. But I want to reread it because it's been years since the movie came out.
Yeah, I forgot stuff too.
Yeah, I totally forgot stuff. So I spent a week or so listening to the audiobook just randomly while I was walking to work or whatever. And it's so well done. It absolutely brought everything back to me. I felt super primed to go see the movie. It's fucking free. Just go do it. I mean, you know.
And not only that, but you know, he made it really engaging where you could tell he was really into it. Like it didn't seem like a chore to him. Like he really wanted to do it.
I mean, he's a kid of the 90s, right? Fucking Stand By Me, right? I mean, this is like Will Wheaton is my fucking age. It's like that's
true.
Very engaging. Yeah. So it's a free download. Ready Player One is it's not the greatest book ever written, but it is a really fun book, and it's totally appropriate to like the shit that we do and the arcade stuff. And actually, the book touches on way more arcade stuff than the movie does.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Embraces it in so many different ways. Yeah,
that's cool.
Fucking huge promo for it. I love it.
Did I talk about that? Will Wheaton sent me an email once. Did I talk about that already?
No.
Yeah, no, twice actually. We talked.
Hey,
about
it's Buffett.
Hey, Buffett.
Hey, nice wall you got there.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
It's happy Easter boobies.
I want to see eggs.
It's never too late for Easter boobies.
Yeah.
Hell no, man.
Easter's over.
Mock, what was your last comment there?
Oh, this Will Wheaton emailed me about back in 2004. God, it was a while ago. But it was when I first put out my Adventure Through Inner Space DVD, and he emailed me about it, and he said that he appreciated all the hard work I put into it.
That's
and
cool.
Him and his dad used to ride the ride a lot, and it brought back a lot of memories of him and his dad doing that.
I mean, that's a good compliment when he takes time out to, when anybody takes time out to make a compliment. Really.
I don't care how famous or not famous you are. If someone appreciates the work that you do, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was cool that he reached out to me, and I had a couple semi-famous or famous people. I guess the director of Battlestar Galactica, the TV show, reached out to me. And also the director of Invader Zim also did.
Wow.
I don't know. There's a few people out there that did back when I first put it out.
Now.
So now that was back then. That was my 15 minutes of fame. But no, it touched me though because I touched so many people out there, and I thought that was weird.
Hey.
Yeah, you're touching.
I'm touching people.
Does Patty know about all this touching of people?
No touchy feely.
I love the way you touch people, but I wish you were a little bit slower.
Yes, just a little too eager. It's like
slower and lower.
Slow it down. No, the height was just fine.
Bit more spit.
So I might have mentioned this before, but speaking of Ready Player One, so the guy who wrote the book,
Ernest Cline.
Ernest Cline. Okay. Did you guys see the clip? I think it was on Facebook, probably YouTube too. But there was some arcade show like 6-8 years ago, and he was on stage with Walter Day and Billy Mitchell.
Yeah.
Whoa!
And he was actually like thanking them because they were the spark for his creation of the book. Essentially, is what he said.
Wow.
Yeah.
And his wife came up on stage, and there was some game, like she actually had a world record on some Atari console game, right? Do you know, DJ?
Yeah.
I
I
don't
was
remember
talking
what
to
the
Walter
game
about
was.
it the other day. He actually called me up
I
to
don't know
tell
if
me
it was
about it.
adventure or what the game was, but she had some
Was a sport adventure.
world records at the time on that. So he's like, uber nerd with that stuff. And
Yeah.
he thanked them for that. I'm like, so all right, somehow this has to like come full circle with the,
Well, he just sent him a heap of signed copies of books for him and everything. It's a sign like you were my inspiration and all this stuff. So, yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So,
She
yeah.
apparently, I think she's a world record holder on Intellivision's Universe.
Okay.
I swear it was an Atari game he said in that interview. But
close
I
enough.
could be wrong.
I'm looking back at their
Oh, it's
say.
popular
I
as
can't.
ice.
I can't
They
read
have,
the.
they have fudged some facts before.
Yeah. Lastly, Ernest mentions in the video that his wife, Kristen O'Keefe Aptowitz, and current Twin Galaxies member, and they give her username as the current Twin Galaxies, for what that's worth, world record holder on the Intellivision's Utopia.
Okay. Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Oh, I played that. I used to have it in television.
That came out on the 2600 though, didn't it as well? Utopia?
Did it?
I think so.
They have it was.
Oh my gosh.
Utopia was the very first inventory management game to ever come out. Like Civilization.
I've only got a
That's the very first time
television
it was made was Utopia for Intellivision, where you control an island and you got to make sure there's enough crops for the people. That kind of.
Yeah, it was like old school Farmville.
Yeah. Populous.
So,
I guess.
Carrie, I don't know. You never know. There might be a whole bunch of listeners in the Bay Area that are fans of yours. You want to give a plug for your get together this weekend?
Oh, that's a
we
great
should
idea.
have mentioned that like over the last few weeks, but I just thought about that.
So if
I'll get on a plane right now. No.
Yeah, there you go.
It will completely be worth it. Well, I should.
And I do think I've seen on the Arcade Hangout Facebook group, I've seen some new people join because I guess Orange Whip set me up as an admin there, so I get notifications when new people join. There are some people in Northern California that have joined, so they do watch and pay attention. Apparently.
All right. Well, awesome. Then in that case, this Saturday, Cinco de Mayo, at 2 p.m. that would be dope.
That's a good time to start getting drunk.
It is. Exactly.
We're having, DJ Flask can prove that right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's 3 o'clock, but I started drinking before. So
yeah. You go. Yes.
Perfect. So at 2 o'clock, we're having a meetup, arcade fun at the Pin Down Pinball Lounge, which is at Chalk It Up in Hayward, which is on Foothill. It's 22540. Foothill Boulevard. It's just pinball games there, but there is an arcade down the street and some other fun stuff around. And we will be meeting up and hanging out. We're going to have the owner of Chalk It Up normally opens the doors at 3 o'clock, but it's going to open up an hour early for us crazy clobbers who want to show up. And there's going to be, I think, large size beers for the price of a small beer, the 22 ounce for the price of a 16 ounce.
I like that.
Some free tunes. There's
and Arc Revival might actually hang out with you guys.
He is going to hang out.
All right, that's cool.
So you'll have a rare Arc Revival sighting.
I don't. It's highly unlikely, but I really want to try to go. I'd love to be able to go. It's too much stuff going on for me though.
Yeah, no, you do get a pass for this one. There's a lot going on in your life right now with the house, but yeah, I'm bummed with the timing. That would be fun. But yeah, we're going to have a good handful of folks, and there's a whiskey bar across the street, apparently. So if you get tired of the beer, there's hard alcohol just right around the corner. So yeah, should be a good time. I think they have pool tables there, and it'll just be a chance to hang out, play some games, see some of the local
please,
folks.
try and take some pictures and share them, at least on the thread you started, so.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're hoping that folks will come out and
nice.
Got a good handful. Thank you for mentioning that.
I was drinking a beer earlier, which will go really well with Jim's shirt.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Awesome. Nice.
But, I only noticed this. I drank some on the weekend. My friend actually brought over a whole box of them. the little
Yeah.
Ryu
Oh,
with the
that's
hops.
cool.
With the
Hadouken,
hops.
yeah.
And
Oh,
it-
instead of a fireball, it's hops.
yeah.
Nice.
But it says here, Hadouken charges of energy form cryo hops make for the Shuriken level of hop intensity. I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice.
And yeah, it was really good. It was the next one after Lime Crisis. This was the Rye Fighter. So it was really nice, but didn't beat half the beers that I had in America. We had some of the Modern Times on Saturday. And, they were fucking ridiculous.
You guys did a
really
bottle share.
God damn.
Yeah, I still haven't opened the Devil's Cut yet, though. I'm saving that one still. So yeah,
Nice.
I'm liking it,
I know. I'm still waiting for Mock to tell me if he's going to send out those beers.
I love this drink. Thank you, Red Bulls.
if he doesn't, he better drink one on fucking Tuesday night, and I better see that shit because.
Yes.
Stupid money for a beer.
So not and then not a lot of updates, but I might as well mention Grinkfest 6, October 11th, 12th, 13th. Well, I actually started adding the people's name to the list, and we're over 50 people already, and we're over 5 months away. So looking like a good year, as always. So good times ahead.
That's right. So, and let's do an official announcement for Whack Off. So,
okay. Well, we haven't talked to Steve officially, but if you want, I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
So, we are going to do. So, I don't know for our longtime listeners of this show.
Yeah.
We've been talking about a few years ago. I think it was probably not too soon after.
It was right around when you got yours.
When I got my Wacko. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was going on and on about how much I fucking love that game because it's a brilliant game. It is Robotron meets Centipede.
Yeah.
It is Robotron meets Centipede meets Concentration.
I mean, really, if you think about it, for those who have not played it, it's like the whole package too. The artwork, the theme of the game, the design of the cabinet, totally unique. The angled control panel and marquee and all that. So it's just an awesome game. There's no other game like it ever that's ever been built. So
this group early on we started talking about wanting to do a Wacko tournament, and which quickly turned into, oh my god, we could run Whack Off. What else would you call it, right?
Right.
It has to be called Whack Off, right? So Kong Off, Whack Off. Oh my god! And as soon as I said that, like, I instantly wanted to wear that shirt. I want to wear a shirt that says Whack Off. So the wheels have been turning. So originally the idea was we would do a remote tournament, and Gak has a Wacko. I have a Wacko. Gak's buddy Tron guy Dylan has a Wacko.
And Kalen has one, and Steve at Grinkers has one.
Steve has one. Grinkers has one. It's like
Orange Whip has one, but hasn't played it yet, I think.
Yeah, well, I think he has 10.
Yes.
So it's a rare game, but like a lot of us have this game or have access to this game. Could we do a tournament that this group sponsors and just do a silly thing and call it what else but a Whack Off? So I've been desperate. I've been desperate to make this T-shirt. I want this.
Yes, it'd be so awesome.
So badly. I want an excuse to make it. So we are going to, assuming Steve does not shut us down,
right?
We are going to do an in-person Whack Off.
Why would he object to that?
Can I Whack Off on Facebook Live, maybe, or something? So.
Oh, nice.
No.
Cobras!
This is a live event, but we're going to do it at Grinkers this year. And the idea will be like, we're going to treat it as a Nat tournament. So it's not a serious thing. It's not just it's just.
And what we talked about was doing it like it's not a multiple attempt. It's one and done.
1 quarter. You got one
Pretty much
shot.
how Whack Off typically works. It's
That's
one
right.
and done. You know,
Boys have a penis. Girls have a vagina.
You've got one shot. So you drop your quarter.
You gotta make it last as long as you can, and then it's done.
Stretch that out.
Get out of my house!
You stretch that shit out as far as you can. But yeah,
I lost
you know,
it.
when you're done, you're done. So yeah, so the idea. This is a very, very preliminary concept, but we are going to make shirts. Is the idea? Because I want this fucking shirt so badly.
Yep.
I've already started working on it, and
You can make like socks or handkerchiefs or something.
you're going to be whacking off into a sock.
Whack into socks or handkerchiefs or something.
Oh,
second place prize
second
is
place gets a tube
bottle of
sock.
Vaseline and some
That's it.
Nope. Second place gets a tube sock.
Yeah, tube sock and
Make a. How about a
some
sock
hand
puppet?
lotion.
Fleshlight.
So this is a fleshlight. No, we're not dropping that kind of money. So, but this is going to be so. I'm working on the artwork for it. I have to wrap up Brofest, so I'm focused on that right now. But as soon as Brofest is done, I'm switching gears to Grinkfest and Whack Off 2018. So this is the first annual Whack Off.
It's gonna be awesome. It really will be.
It's gonna be hysterical.
This is this fucking group's tournament. Like
yes.
I mean, like the Nat stuff for sure, but like this is way before Nat. This is our sense of humor,
right?
So I expect all of you to buy in.
Absolutely.
And let's get some t-shirts made, and it's gonna be very limited. So that's a good point too. It's like the way we're gonna do the t-shirts is that we can't afford to do a big run because it's way too expensive. And this is going to be a probably 4-color t-shirt. Yeah. Because I'm gonna be going crazy on the marquee and the artwork for the game. I want this shit to feel legit. This needs to be as close to Wacko as I can make it. So this is going to be a very expensive t-shirt to print. We're doing a very limited run for the first year. So if you guys want to get in on this is going to be not cheap to buy in.
So you don't have to be a competitor to buy the t-shirt.
Well, you should
for us that don't own Wackos and play the game all the time.
That's what I
mean. Mine doesn't fucking work. So
and I don't have one anymore. So that's my excuse to
I want a fucking t-shirt.
But this is going to be an amazing t-shirt. So my favorite t-shirt I've ever made.
Yes.
I am pouring everything into this shirt because I fucking want this one so bad.
Nice.
It's like 2 years in the making, really.
We've been talking about this for a long time, and I may have a few other secrets up my sleeve.
Or in your sock.
Yeah. Nice.
I may have a few other secrets up my tube sock.
Yeah.
Hidey ho.
So it may be worth being interested in this tournament. So Wacko, if you guys don't know, it's an amazing game. It is truly unique.
Finish the game.
Is the sequel? Sorry, you go, Gak.
Okay, we're gonna say a sequel. So Cosmic Cruiser.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask that. Yeah,
discrepancy there. They were both. There's marquees that say the same year as Wacko, and then the next year as Wacko.
Oh, I just played the sequel at Arcade Expo, and I really enjoyed that too.
So
I just didn't know if it was the sequel or not.
My buddy Tron Guy has not only owned one,
Dylan?
two. Yeah,
Dylan. Yeah, Dylan.
Dylan has owned 2 of them in his lifetime, which is like I don't think anybody else on the planet has ever owned 2.
Except maybe Steve at Grinkers.
Yeah, could be. It would have.
Well, doesn't Brad have 10?
Yeah, he has 10. 10.
Yeah, probably.
10.
So yeah, I've only played it like once or twice at his house, but
it's fun, man. It's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
It actually has an actual like game, like a character that's like floating in space in the in the inside the cabinet that lights up.
I probably put about an hour into that game at Arcade Expo on Sunday. It was so fun.
There's like a physical 3D, saucer with the character in it that's like inside the machine that you have to get to a certain level or something to light it up to be interacting in the game, I believe.
Right, and that's like more like it's got like a joystick and stuff. It's a totally different.
Yes, completely different machine.
Yeah, sorry, I was just asking if it was a sequel.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, so
I would consider it a sequel.
No,
yeah.
I just assumed,
So the guy from Cosmic Cruiser, that's Cosmic Cruiser in Wacko.
Yeah,
little spaceship.
Yeah, I was just double checking, like Domino Man, Tapper, Timber, same dude.
100%.
So,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It is.
Thank you.
Yep. So Wacko's an amazing game. So we are going to, assuming Steve does not shut us down, which I can't really feel.
He'll let you guys whack off.
All right. So with that joke, let me say one thing. So I am getting close to being able to post a thread in Clav, and it's about the whack off. I would very much like if everyone here and part of our group treats this as a serious tournament, does not make public innuendo about the name.
I won't.
Carrie just had a serious
I understand.
I understand. Post on Club, so yeah, I'm safe.
This is going to require a certain amount of restraint on our parts. A decorum. But
we're known for that.
My thing is,
that's what we're known for.
Yeah,
right?
It's pretty much like the hot dog dude.
It's the Brofest hot dog dude.
It's like the innuendo's there, and that's all good as long as you're not like too over the top.
Nobody fucking says it. No one says a joke about it or suggests it within our group. If someone else on Clav makes that joke, just be like, whatever, dude. That's fine.
No rep points for you.
My thing is, I want this to be legit because honestly, I think it's a great concept.
It's going to make a great picture too.
Secondly, I think it's amazing if we just keep this joke as straight-faced and play the straight man as our group throughout the whole thing. How much fun it! Let's be the straight man. All of us be the straight man. If they want to make jokes, don't even give them credit. Whatever. Right. The thing is, this is the Kong off. But no, it's the whack off.
That's right.
let's that to me is like that's my wish for what we could do as a group. It's our This is sponsored by Arcade Hangout. This is our group who's putting this on.
Yes, Arcade Hangout.
This is Arcade Hangout 100%. And this is a NAT part of Arcade Hangout thing that we're doing, not a tournament thing. But yeah, I would just love for us to never acknowledge the obviousness of this joke, because
what's the picture going to be?
So all the artwork is going to be pure arcade style. I'm going to take the Whack-O marquee and work that into Whack Off and do it purely based on the arcade
Same
stuff.
Font.
I am not going to do a Cosmic Cruiser jerking a load.
Yeah, you get a little alien doing something, like playing arcade games or something.
I'm not even gonna sneak in a little Easter egg about him dropping a load.
It'll be like at first glance you think it's a Wacko marquee or whatever.
It's just pure Wacko. I want to celebrate the game. Like that's the thing. Like the joke is funny, but like the thing is, like, this is about us celebrating the game. Like, so let's not celebrate the joke. Let's celebrate the game.
That'd be funny though if you did like artwork that says whack off, and there's like stains all over the place, all over the logo.
I know.
Only blacklight reactive. You don't see it unless you're out of blacklight.
Better.
No, it's brilliant. But like the thing is, like, that's so obvious. Let's be subtle.
Let's be better than that.
Let's just be above that with this thing that is so obviously and callously absurd. Like, we're talking about jerking off. We get it.
You are.
That's so obvious.
We're not going to anymore.
But let's just take that down to like, dude, don't make it like that. This game is not. We're above that.
It's a fun game, man.
Like that's what I'm gonna go for. We're above
Yeah.
that.
I got
You're
that.
talking about jerking off. I'm talking about an awesome arcade game that maybe you haven't played before.
No, I get what you're saying.
You know,
And there are very few people out there who have access to a machine to actually, to practice, basically, right? So
yeah, I would love to make this a ridiculously legit kind of tournament.
That'd be awesome.
Within our NAT insanity,
Yes.
right? We have our inside jokes and our insanity of blindfolded games and all that stuff. Let's do one where we take something which is so absurd and we're naming it something so fucking stupid and clearly innuendo. and
so
just be like, no, fuck you. This is serious.
And the preliminary discussion we had about it was that so Friday night, hopefully Carrie can actually show up before that. We'll have our normal NAT event stuff where we'll have 2 or 3 games that are team player stuff, and then the whack off is kind of a separate standalone thing that would most likely be Saturday evening. And it'll just be each person gets one shot at it.
Yep.
Oh, it's just like a regular tournament game.
Yeah, tournament game.
I don't anticipate Clint being part of it, taking scores, but maybe.
Oh, Dave leaving? Dave left.
Or Andrew, you and I will switch off. With tablets taking scores to make it legit.
We'll just keep it legit and just take scores based on the 1/4 drop. It's simple.
Yes.
Yep.
So most likely it's 3 minutes tops, like your typical whack off event.
Hey, Gak, we don't make jokes about this.
No, this is serious.
Business.
Serious.
So I can't imagine more than an hour, maybe 2 hours, depending on how many people.
Yeah.
How many people want to whack off?
Yes.
Right. So this is going to be a very special, separate from Grinkers. We're going to require, because the T-shirts are special.
Mm-hmm.
We're only producing enough T-shirts for the people who pre-order or pre-register for it. So that's a big deal because I think the T-shirts might be
$72 a piece.
They might be a big deal, right? This is the one shot, right, to get this T-shirt. So they may or may not be a big deal. I mean, maybe I'm blowing it in my mind as being
yeah, you're blowing it.
It's so much bigger in my mind.
I'm so glad that Jerry. I'm so glad that Jerry is picking up what I'm putting down and about it.
Chris, it's not even what you said it was going to be.
Chris, I caught you backing off again.
Chris, I need to lower my expectations, Chris.
You said you couldn't do that in your mouth, Chris. So, yeah. So I want to make this special. This is a big deal for me.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this for
Me too.
a couple of years. And
Is this something we're going to put on? Is this something we're going to put on the glass, or is that going to be different?
Ooh.
Damn.
Be a shot glass, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
No, we're doing beer glasses.
This has to be something separate.
Mock, we can talk about it more offline, but we had some sidebar thoughts on it with trophy type related stuff. So
okay, we'll talk offline.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I just want to say, if you are into Wacko, it's an amazing game. It's going to be an amazing tournament, and it's going to be live at Grinkers this year, October 10th.
11th, 12th, 13th. So
11th, 12th, 13th.
The 13th would probably be the date for it.
13th would be the day. So, yeah, amazing game. We're going to do an amazing tournament. I'm doing a one-of-a-kind, will not be reproduced anywhere else T-shirt.
Yep.
You have to pre-register to get the T-shirt. We are not doing T-shirt sales at the show. If you don't register for the event, you won't get a T-shirt. And maybe we could do a sticker or something at the show.
Right.
But the thing is this is pre-register. So I'm going to post a.
And the concept there is that we'll get, let's say, roughly $5 per person that goes into a pot that goes into the top place or top 3 place.
Right,
winnings.
but you have to buy your T-shirt as well. It's like this is like a non-profit thing. Like no one's making money off this.
Right.
So it's going to cost us a lot of money to produce these T-shirts, these 4-color T-shirts. So I would expect our buy-in for a tournament is going to be like $20 to $30.
Yeah, that's about right.
And that will be we will take every penny that you buy into is going to go into the cash pool for the winner. Or winners, but and
a penny of profit. We'll
profit,
call it, yes.
Yeah, there's no profit being made by anyone. So we're gonna put this tier. What?
The appearance fee.
Yeah.
We don't have that shit.
I'm dealing with appearance fees right now. They're actually pretty.
Well, I'm sorry, but like, we don't pay bonuses for if you come from Australia and you want to jerk off.
No. I'm talking about people coming to Australia. It's actually
we are not going to fly anyone from Australia to jerk off at Grinkers.
Okay.
Dude, I'll pay for myself and I'll do it for free.
Every day for free.
Yes. More and more now.
This man is single, if you guys didn't realize it. So any of you honeys in Australia who are looking for a new man?
Time for Never Too Hungover.
How is that stout 34K?
That's fucking amazing. It's Tuesday and
it's kicking your ass.
So
I just had one of these. These are fucking
so
spicy.
happens it's Tuesday.
They're spicier than that one we had at Ballast Point.
I see chili beer. Is it hot?
Oh, it's super hot. It's ridiculous. More than that habanero one we had at
Are you sweating?
Ballast Point. I fucking love that song.
You need some ball powder?
I've got ball powder.
I think the Gak sent you home with ball powder. Yeah.
He did.
Is that this part of the show now where we need to talk about Gold Bond?
It helps with the chafing.
So I love the fact that the Gold Bounds joke is actually an off-the-air joke. Most people don't know the joke.
Which one? The ball powder?
Yeah, the ball powder joke. Like, most people don't know that.
I thought Gak
I feel like that's been talked about.
Did you put the video on Facebook?
Three or four times we've talked about it. It's come up.
No, it's come up here and there, but like the original talk about like Gold Bond
was offline.
Here.
Yeah.
And so it's turned into like an inside joke. But the rest of you, God bless you, you're involved in now.
Are they going to be a sponsor?
They might be.
Yeah. Do we have a giveaway code for Never Too Hungover? Are we?
Did you ever hear back from them? Like, whatever happened with that?
We started the conversation, but it never happened.
Yeah, Andrew, you talked about sending him something.
I actually got to a marketing person, but she never replied.
Boo.
Oh, man.
I recall saying he tried too.
Yeah.
Right?
We got to get at least 1,000 subscribers, but they don't even know how many subscribers we have because Orange hasn't turned.
We don't know how many subscribers.
Yeah, I don't even know because Orange turned off that feature. Like, I don't know why he did that.
All I know is he muttered, he thought around 400-ish. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's all I know.
Lies. No.
Why does he do that? Just turn it on. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Must be the Canadian conversion rate.
Anyway, so let's do a quick roundup and let's shut the shit down, right? So we got Leo Fest coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
So that's June 1st and 2nd, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
All right, so June 1st and 2nd for Leo Fest. We're doing that at the world famous Fun Spot Arcade in New Hampshire. That's Wares Beach, New Hampshire. Quickly following that, we've got Gak sponsoring CAX, I guess.
Sure.
That's perfectly fine.
The entire CAX event I'm sponsoring out of my own pocket.
The Arcade Hangouts one and only Gak Attack.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to CAX in a disguise in a chicken suit or something.
No, the CAX thing is. We'll have to get Wooden Arcade back on here, but we're gonna do a Kong Club.
Oh God,
multi-Kong thing where we're gonna have. There's a row of up to 12 machines we're gonna have that are all Donkey Kong series related. remixes and all that. And it's gonna be,
Jim.
That it'll just be for fun. So I believe Jacob said he'll make some fun prizes, but we haven't talked in a few weeks, but I believe that's still the plan there. So it'll be good.
Yeah.
So and then
Grinkers obviously in October, and the whack off.
And Grinkers has got the expansion going strong.
Oh my God, yeah.
There'll be over 300 machines there when we get there in October. So
it's nuts.
I do want us to
let's underscore that one more time. How many machines?
Over 300 machines
in one fucking location owned by one fucking man.
I'll drink to that.
Holy shit!
I'll drink anyway.
And I would like that to be between now and Greenfest. I want us to make that a topic of discussion one night. Is what games do we hope will make it in the expansion?
Yeah.
What games do we know that aren't there, as of last year that we'd like to see there this year?
Can we guess how many of Gak's games are at Grinkers now?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That could be like.
I would say how many of these have hit.
I have a game. I have a game that I hope he gets running and put in there. Star Rider.
Oh yeah. Did he actually get one?
Yeah, he has one.
Yes, that's right. Running, man.
Yeah, he's having trouble getting it running. Yep.
Is there like 4 or 5 working in the world, and that's about it now? Or something?
Yeah, probably. But if he got that running, I think that would be so freaking sweet.
It runs the Franz DVD player too, doesn't it? Sorry, fucking Laserdisc player.
Yeah, it's a Laserdisc and arcade game mixed together.
Yeah,
it's
kind
kind
of
of
like some really rare Laserdisc player, be it the Philips or an NEC from memory. It's something really random. No kind will work.
It's like Bega's Battle, where there's stuff happening in front of the screen and then Laserdisc behind it.
Maybe the Dexter board will hook it up and then they can run it through.
That's not. No, they haven't cracked it yet, so they're still working on it.
So off the top of my head,
I remember that.
Approximately 1% of the games at Grinkers are formerly mine, which is Rolling Thunder, iRobot, and Cloak and Dagger. Wait, there's a fourth one.
Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't have a Cloak and Dagger there. Huh.
Spider-Man. So there's Spider-Man, Cloak and Dagger, Rolling Thunder, and iRobot. Those.
Okay, so what are some games?
Spider-Man any fun?
Wow.
What are some games that he doesn't have that would be good in that room? That expansion. What do you guys think?
Oh, we're doing this right now.
It's a very niche.
Is this our question of the week?
It's like a preliminary.
No.
Oh,
maybe that should be a question. Like, what games would you want?
Yeah, because I have the chance to research what he has.
All right, let's save that for next week. Like, what game do you think would be awesome that Steve should have in that room?
Forgotten World.
That he doesn't have.
Forgotten World.
Like I said, anytime between now and Greenfest would be a good
Forgotten
time.
Worlds.
Bring it up.
Forgotten Worlds.
Yeah, I know. We can have it.
I'm pretty sure that's a strong possibility happening.
Question of the week next week. Question of the week.
How about Forgotten Worlds?
My answer is Heavy Barrel.
The game sucks.
And for Jimbo,
he has Heavy Barrel.
No. Which he already has. So
that's the thing. It's gonna be a challenge to try to think of what all games are there.
Yeah.
But he's pushing into that whole next location. That's amazing. What's going on there? So his expansion. You guys have seen some sneak pics. That's
Big Buck Hunter.
Orange Up's going to be there in maybe.
Big Buck Hunter. I can't wait to take a shit over there.
Apparently, the bathrooms are going through a major renovation.
I can't wait to take a shit in that.
They'll go through a major renovation with all.
I can't wait to take a picture of you over the stall taking the shit.
No.
While I'm taking a piss.
I think Orange Up is actually going to
sleep on the toilet
in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And in about 4 weeks, I will be there.
Shit on my house.
I'll try to get as many sneak peek pics as I can while I'm out there.
You shit on my house!
I love that. That's the best soundbite right now. I love that.
That is in the top 5 of
For
current
people that
stuff.
are new to the show, that's from Can't Buy Me Love.
Yep.
Oh, I love that movie too.
Patrick Dempsey, when he used to be a nerd. Nerds!
What are we waiting for? It's
All right, let's shut the shit down.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
So, all right, here we go. Episode 122 in the books.
Can.
We're the longest running live arcade podcast on YouTube. We are the Arcade Hangout. And
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
You know, no offense to all the rest of you guys, but you know, we're mostly here to just hang out with each other and just bullshit, and that's what it's about. Having fun with your friends. So feel free to come back and join in with the group. So
yeah, if you want a more serious show, that was last week when we talked to the
that happens like maybe 2 or 3 times a year. That's all
that
we get.
Like an arcade radio show.
I know.
I think I won that guest last week.
We had a guest we respected for.
Yes.
I really do want to try to send out an invite. And is Dave from Buffalo lost? We lost him already.
Yeah, he jumped out.
The Arcade Rejects guys. I want to try to get 1, 2, or all 3 of them on here at some point. You know, I'm pretty sure we can get Jordan on News Bricktop, but that would be fun just to kind of bullshit with them.
Yeah, why not?
Just a quick one, Jack. Thank you for Gabriella, and I assume James is listening as well.
Probably work on a machine that's
jumping
broken.
in.
Yeah,
that was cool. We met them at Arcade Expo.
Yes.
Gabriella and James.
Yes, cool folks.
You guys in the show.
Yes.
We are all excited to see your arcade. Like,
yes.
On the show.
James, it's Gabrielle or Gabriella?
Gabriella.
Sorry.
Gabriella said that they're going to be at CAX probably, and they're really, and there's a really good chance they're going to be at Grinkers this year.
Awesome.
So,
Well,
you guys make it in drinkers because like we will fuck you up.
in
the good way.
In a good way.
In the awesome way.
Yeah. Not the,
my video I pushed out today was short and sweet, but it was like a little teeny hint of the good times we had there. So looking forward to hanging out with James again and his wife. So
yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah.
I want to get drunk with them.
That'll happen at Drinkers.
Let's actually get inappropriate with one of our guests.
And I won't be able to. I'm sad I won't be able to make it to Fun Spot this year, but I really hope you guys get some video, and maybe we'll get some FaceTime or whatever works on our devices.
Let's get some FaceTime.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be talking to you before then. It's not for.
And Andrew, I'm asking you to give Steve from Albany a giant hug for me.
Dude, I will give him a big buttery hug.
Big, just like bear hug for me.
And a kiss.
And Gus too. If Gus can make it.
Steve, shut the fuck up. I draw the line up.
So I'm not kissing nobody. Hanging out with us tonight.
All right, we're kind of.
That's it. We're calling it. So
I need the Devo hat.
So what is it? Fuck yeah! How's the song going?
Oh my god, this is so falling apart.
Cut the show quick.
Yeah.
All right. Before we make an asshole of ourselves.
Too late.
Bye.